Hi, I have this image that is reoccurring. It's more than an image, more like a practice that God has given to me that helps me let go of everything that is not me and just rest in peace. Um, so it's not an experience, but I can't really tell you what it is because it's just your original state of peace in God. So every now and then I come into that image, and I was thinking about sharing it as one of the things I um, have experienced in God, but it's way better if we go into it together now. So this is what I try with you, is to have this experience together, which is not an experience, but that's the only way I can express it now. You are free to stop the video at any point. If I do it on my own, I will have large breaks of silence, but I don't want to record a bunch of silence and put it on YouTube. So every time you need time, just click on the pause button and take as much time as you need. So get comfortable. It's important because it's not good when you are distracted by how uncomfortable you sit. So just find a peaceful place where you can rest, where you can let go of your thoughts, not like intentionally, but like where you don't pay that much attention, you don't give that much importance to your thoughts, you just rest. Just rest. And you can imagine the things I'm telling you, but you are free just to enjoy the essence, the peace of it without having any pictures in your mind. You are wearing many layers. You are wearing a lot of clothes on yourself. Like there are so many layers, it's hard for you to move. And you are climbing up a hill, but it's even hard to make a step forward. And it's heavy to breathe. You don't know how to get to the top. Every step is a struggle. And you feel like you're supposed to be much higher up the mountain, but you don't even know how to make the next step. Sometimes you even feel like telling Jesus, like, why is it so hard? Why is it so slow? Why is it so hard for me to move? What is hindering me? What is this weight on me? And you are trying to climb and you are out of breath. You're wearing so many layers of trousers, it's hard for you to stretch your legs. And then see Jesus appear some way and join you. And he's skipping as you are climbing up, it's not easier for you since Jesus appeared. It's just as hard as it was. And it's even more annoying to see how light he's climbing next to you. You feel like maybe I should do the same, but how? And he says, yes, I know it's hard. And it's not supposed to be. And I'm gonna show you all the layers that you don't have to wear. All the weights you don't have to carry with you. And let me take all these layers one by one. And there is a giant wardrobe with lots of hangers. And Jesus is pointing to it. All those identities that are hard to wear can be put in here. And you're gonna take them off one by one now and put it into the wardrobe, or put it into trash if it's no longer useful for you. But now we are gonna take off all that is bad and all that is good. All the good identities and the painful identities. Everything surrounding your birth, your story of conception, how much you were wanted or not wanted, rejected or celebrated. All that you were at the point of birth, give it to me. And you are slowly and hardly, you take off that layer and give it to him. And he is putting it on one of the hangers and put it in the wardrobe. And he says, is it lighter? Not much, maybe a little bit. I'm gonna ask it again when we are done, and you will know why we are doing it. Let me take all of your stories, the memories, everything that happened to you. Your life story that makes you who you are, at least you think. Give me your story. And this is a huge one. It takes a lot of layers, and you get rid of it at one take, and it's hard to pull your legs out of it. And Jesus puts it on the hanger. You're almost tired by the time you are done taking it off. And Jesus says, we are not done. Give me all the pains and trauma, all the bad stuff, all the rejection, all the things you want to heal from. Give it to me. And these are the not useful and not beautiful layers of your costume. You look like you are heading to a costume party where you need to wear several changes, and that's why you have a lot of layers. And it is quite a dirty and useless layer. You might not want to put it on ever again. But Jesus puts it in the wardrobe, this layer too. Give me the story of how we met, how you got to know me, all the bad circumstances of it, all the good side of it, all the things about how we got to know each other. Oh Jesus, this is so precious and it's good, like why should I give it up? And Jesus says, it's time to give me all those things. I said, now we are laying down all the good things, so give it to me. And you are sighing, but you try to take this layer off as well. Give me your relationship with me too. All the ways you try to connect with me, all the ways you can experience me, everything that you know about me and think about me, all your precious beliefs. This is gonna be quite a few layers. Now take them all off. And you are a bit hesitant, but you give in. And just see how much lighter you feel even when you take off something good. It might feel a bit insecure to have all of your beliefs put aside. It might feel scary, but trust him. He says, I'm not taking away anything. I'm only taking away the burden of it. I'm not destroying anything that is good. I'm gonna show you what is really good of those layers you are wearing. And by the end you will understand why you have to put aside all the good layers too, all the good identities too. The way you try to connect with me, this illusion of separation, this illusory chasm between us that you try to cross, this chasing of God and seeking of God, this has to go too. This is one of those, your identity as the seeker of God, that is not something that is part of the real you. This is something that we can actually throw away, but you don't have to now. Just put it aside. Put aside all your failures, all the things you think you are bad at, that you're afraid you will never accomplish, that you will never have that good life or this good opportunity. All these negative expectations and beliefs about yourself. What you think is bad about you. Give it to me. This is quite a useless layers, like a raincoat with holes in it. Absolutely useless, but you're wearing it and you can give it to me. Give to me all of your good skills, all the ways I can flow through you, all the things you are proud of, all the talents you have. Give it to me. And not just this, all the things you think I called you to do, the ways I can flow through you, the ways you enjoy me flowing through you. This is quite a good one, but now give it to me. Oh Jesus, but this is one of the best parts. And he says, yeah, I'm not destroying it. I'm showing you something. You're gonna see under all of these layers who you actually are. And the wardrobe is getting filled with all those costumes of identities. And you are getting lighter and lighter. And you feel like, now I can run up the hill. I'm so free. And Jesus is nodding. And you can see it in his eyes that you're not done. And you are scratching your head like, what else can I take off? Almost none of me is left. And Jesus says, great. That's the point, that none of you is left. Take the identity of a father, of a mother, of a husband, of a wife, of a child, of an employee, all the roles you play in life. Take the role of the black sheep, the rejected one. Take off the role of the highly accomplished person. All of it. And let Jesus bring up things that are specific to you. We tend to build identities around destiny and our life story. But there are identities that are absolutely specific to us. And now hear Jesus tell you those things that are very specific to you. For me it was let go of the ministry person. Let go of the person that has given all to God. Let go of the one that let their whole belief system destructed. Let the one go that lives like a nun, spending all of her time with God. Let go of the shy girl that is always in the background like a sticker on the wall. Let go of the compensating girl who tries to overachieve to compensate that. These were the ones for me, but Jesus gonna bring up things. You can pause the video anytime. And at the end of it, there will be nothing left. Nothing you can cling to that this is who I am. It's like all of your personality is done away with. It feels like there is nothing secure at this point, and it's supposed to feel like that. And it's gonna be a good thing. Jesus says, come to me who are weighed down and with heavy burdens, and I'm gonna give you rest. I'm not destroying anything. I'm just taking away the burdens of it. My burden is light. And give all of it to Jesus until there is like nothing left. And you don't even feel much, just peace and lightness. Nothing specific. All you can see is that you are, you exist. You don't stop being after giving up all those identities. And when you feel like there is nothing left that you can give up, no other identities you can get rid of, then just stay there. Don't run away. Don't create a new identity. Don't make yourself a new costume. Don't try to get dressed. Stay in this seemingly uncomfortable place of no identities. For a few minutes, or a few hours, or a few years. There is nothing left of you now, just that breath of God that He had breathed into Adam. That incorruptible seed, the life of God in you, that image of God. There is nothing left but that life of God. That is you. Now you are looking at God and you see yourself. You try to see yourself, but only thing that you can see is God. Because all the things that is added to the life of God in you had been given away. So only the core is left. And Jesus says, let me reduce you and simplify you to that point almost every day or many times a day, where you are none of those costumes, none of those personalities. You are just who I am. This is my name. I am who I am. Of course, I'm the healer. I'm the Redeemer, I'm the Lord of Hosts, I'm the Prince of Peace. But first and foremost, I am. And this is the thing that is true of you. You are. You can be a wife, you can be a mother, you can be an employee, you can be a minister. I'm not saying those identities are all false or wrong or part of the old nature. All I'm saying is that when you leave them behind, you can see that you are without them. That you don't stop being when you let go of them. That you still exist. So you can't be them if you can still function without wearing those things. So those things must be layers of clothing, not your being. It's like seeing the skin and the body of your spirit for the first time under all those layers that you kept wearing for almost all the time. You can see the you that has always been before you were born and that will always be. That essence of you. That is the substance of God. And God says, I'm not against form. I'm not against those identities. You can wear any of them if you want. But don't cling to any of those. And for sure, don't wear all of them at the same time. I'm gonna give you the outfit you need for the moment that you need it. I will always give my grace for that exact moment. You don't have to wear all those things. Put on Christ. You don't have to wear your story, your pains. There are so many things in this wardrobe that can be thrown into the trash that you no longer have to wear. There are some things that are partly useful, and there are things that I have given to you. There are identities that are actually my gifts to you. I'm not against form. I'm against you thinking that you are only that. And when those things are done, you are done too. This is what I want to wake you up from now. When you let go all of those things, you can see that none of those things were actually you. Those were just costumes, even if they were good costumes. That there is something way more essential and true about your being than all those bad and good identities. And please, let me reduce you to that every day. And when I reduce you to that, stay like that. Don't put on anything. Don't be afraid of being unstable and insecure without all the things you and all the identities you associated your value with or your real being with. You are none of your stories, none of your memories, none of your skills, none of your failures, none of your hurts, none of your trauma, none of your calling, none of your gifts, none of your beliefs, none of your God experiences. If you leave all that behind, what is left? Me in you, my life in you. And this is I want you to see. When all of them are put on the shelf, you still are. You can behold me with unveiled face, and you can see that my face is your face because I am you. You can see your image because it's my image. It's a time of facing with me in the inside of you. And you are free to wear any of those costumes if you want. I don't want to deprive you of anything. But you are way more comfortable if you only wear one of them at a time, and you only wear them where it needs to be worn, not like every time and all the time. And it's easier to wear them if you don't wear a lot of added useless layers. As I said, I will give to you the costume you need at the moment you need it. You don't have to dress yourself. Let me dress you up. Take time every day enjoying the ease and lightness of not wearing any burdens, of being just as I am. And when you experience the lightness and the joy of it, don't run away with it. Don't use it as a tool. Just stay in it for minutes, for hours. And let me give the costumes that you need the next time. Cease trying to dress yourself. Enjoy being dressed by me. So much easier and so much lighter. And now the wardrobe is full. And you can select which of the costumes will be burned. Which of them will be prioritized? Which of them is precious to you or useful to you? You are free to decide, and you are free to leave them all behind over and over again, just to face how free you actually are, how much you are just like me, how much the core of you is my life. Amen. Now you're free to rub up and down the heels. You're free to feel a bit confused by not clinging to any of those identities. Maybe you feel a bit naked, and it's good. But working is so much easier now. So now you are free to take as much time as you need to stay in that state of no identities. You are loved.